It is about 5:30 in the morning, so I'm going to be somewhat low-key, somewhat quiet. I woke up to feed my 9-month-old daughter at 4. Couldn't get back to sleep, so I figured I would come out here and do a review for you. And today, I am reviewing none other than Cult Blood Red Moon. I've rid myself of the tin, so sorry about that. I'll show you guys a little graphic of it, but I'm assuming you already know what the tin looks like. Well, I don't know, maybe you don't. Anyway, about this blend. It is, for me, somewhat of an enigma. It confuses me because I don't like aromatics. I really don't prefer them. There are some that do not offend me, and I think they taste good, even. But they don't taste like tobacco. And when I smoke tobacco, I want to smoke tobacco. Cult Blood Red Moon does not taste like tobacco, to be clear. And yet, I find myself reaching for it from time to time and enjoying it immensely. So, spoiler alert, I like this blend. And this is coming from somebody who normally does not like aromatics. I was on a journey this year to find aromatics that I like. And I've tasted a lot, all based off of recommendations. I've found only 3 that I will buy again. This is one of them, and the other 2 taste like tobacco, and I would say they're more, I don't know, they're labeled as aromatics, but for me, it feels like they just have a really, really heavy top note or casing or whatever it is. I don't know the lingo, but they taste like tobacco to me. This is the only one that tastes like an aromatic that I enjoy. And I still feel like it's scratching a different itch than my normal tobacco itch. I don't smoke it when I'm in the mood for a bowl of pipe tobacco. I smoke it when I'm in the mood for a bowl of Blood Red Moon, if that makes sense. The notes are very easily in my head because there's not a lot of them. But just for fun, let's open the jar up. I get one note from the tin every time. Cherry Tootsie Pop. 100% cherry Tootsie Pop. Very specifically cherry Tootsie Pop. Doesn't smell like any other kind of cherry to me. It's uncanny how much it smells like a cherry Tootsie Pop. Just smelling it brings back memories of undoing that little wrapper and twisting it off, and I think I remember smelling the cherry Tootsie Pop before I started going at it. the taste, not a lot going on either, but what is there is very enjoyable. Obviously, it tastes like cherry. And I think this is unique in the sense that it tastes very much the way it smells. You know, it's a lot more subtle, but I get that same exact cherry Tootsie Pop flavor on the tobacco. And with that, I get a little bit of milk chocolate. And I do mean a little bit. And a little bit of cream. There's a creaminess to it. So I just interpret that as milk chocolate, like a really light milk chocolate. And here's the crazy thing. It tastes like the Tootsie chocolate inside of the Tootsie Roll. Straight up. So, whenever I smoke this, I get this very distinctive memory from childhood of eating a cherry Tootsie Pop and getting down to the point where you're finally hitting the center with the chocolate. And it's that first bite that you take where it's mostly still cherry Tootsie Pop, mostly still the outer cherry shell, but there's a little bit of that chocolate center mixed in. You chew that up. That's what this tastes like. So, recommendations. One thing I want to note, regardless of whether or not you like aromatics, whether or not you like aromatics, if you're going to smoke this, be prepared for a ghost. It will 100% ghost your pipe. I don't know how long that will last. I had bought this corn cob. It's got a finish on it, so it doesn't even look like a corn cob. This is a corn cob. I think it's called the Roy or something. It's a fun little pipe. Anyway, I bought it specifically to taste some of the new aromatics that I was trying to try. There it is. To taste some of the new aromatics that I wanted to try. To not, screw up my regular briars that I like to smoke. And the first thing that I smoked out of this was Colt Blood Red Moon. I could tell by the smell of it for the next week that it was ghosted. It still smelled like cherry. So I have accidentally, unintentionally, dedicated this pipe to Colt Blood Red Moon, which is a really funny thing to say because I did not ever imagine myself dedicating a pipe to any blend, let alone an aromatic, but I just, if I'm smoking out of this, I'm going to taste cherry, so I might as well just only smoke Blood Red Moon out of it. I will say I threw one of the chocolate aromatics in here at some point just because I figured that wouldn't be a terrible combination. But be prepared for the ghost. If you like aromatics, this is a no-brainer. It is fantastic. I was saying earlier that there are not a lot, there are some aromatics I've tasted that I know I could say they taste good, but I usually just don't want to smoke them because they're not tobacco, or they don't taste like tobacco, which is what I like to smoke. If you're picky about aromatics, I would try this. It's really, really good. And if you like any aromatics whatsoever, I think you should give this a chance. If you are like me and you do not like aromatics for the most part, and you don't see yourself having aromatics as a regular part of your rotation, I would not recommend this. It is very much an aromatic. It does not taste like tobacco. However, if you have a little bit of extra spending money and you're willing to experiment, just to try it, just to know what it tastes like, knowing that you're probably not going to ever buy another tin again, it might be worth it to give this a go, because I tried it and I will be buying another tin. That said, I'm not going to stockpile it or anything. Aromatics are not known for their aging qualities, so I'll get through this. Don't know how long it'll take me, because even though I like it, I'm still reaching for it very seldomly, because I usually like to smoke tobacco when I smoke tobacco. But I have intentionally been reaching for this morning. That's what I wanted. So, yeah. A curious blend for me. I don't know what to say. We have a good relationship. It was unexpected, much like this 5:30 in the morning pipe. If you've tried it, please share your notes. It'd be really cool if somebody else was getting the same Tootsie Pop notes. For me, it's really, really uncanny. So, in a sense, I'd be surprised if nobody else got that, but it would be nice to know. But I don't know, maybe you're getting a different kind of cherry. Maybe it tastes like those little sour cherry candies. I don't know. You let me know. Anyway, hope that brought you some value. Hope it can guide you in making an informed decision. Or maybe I just was able to accompany you over a bowl. Regardless, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Ta-ta.